Hello, everyone. This is Tremayne, and I'm here with my final day of Beyond Salem, Chapter 2, where it did not end the way that I thought it was going to end, based on interviews from Christian Alfonso and Steve Burton. I had a good idea of how it was going to end, but yeah, I wasn't expecting the ending that we got. But, well, I'll say this. I was right about most of the way that things were going to end, but I was wrong about it being wrapped up and being nice and tidy. In the first Beyond Salem chapter 1, we had just one contained story about the jewels, and the show just went on, happily ever after, back to the regular show. This, however, basically to be continues. So it is not the end. This is literally a chapter in a much longer story. So I don't know how many more chapters Bo and Hope are going to have in this Beyond Salem, but it ain't over. So we're going to go ahead and go to the beginning of what happened. We see a cryogenic chamber. It's all smoked up, so you can't really see inside the chamber. But as a person said in my comment section, the only way to bring Bo back after all this time, because he's a skeleton at this point, is for Megan to have him cryogenically frozen, because we know that the real Stefano Demira died in real life. We There was no, you know, chance of him ever coming back. But the idea that Megan loved Bo so much that she would steal his body and cryogenically freeze him until she could get the prisms to save him. Yeah, that's pretty much where we all saw the story going. If you weren't fooled by the idea that everybody kept insinuating that it was Stefano Demira she was trying to bring back, but she never said who she was trying to bring back. They were trying to leave us a surprise if you didn't catch the little hints. But yeah, it's who we suspected. Then you got Megan, and there's a bunch of stupid things that happen on the show just to make the plot work, like a horror movie that is being a little lazy. There's certain things that happen just to make the plot go forward. And one of the things that happened that just made me go was Megan hates Hope so much, and yet she won't kill her herself. And knowing that Megan is trying to bring back Bo, why would she leave Hope alive when she's got the gun on her? So instead of her pulling the trigger and killing Hope, she gives the gun to Harris and tells Harris to do it. This made absolutely no sense to me. In Steve Burton's interview, he said there's a chance that Harris is going to be redeemed. And I'm like, okay, so this is part of Harris' redemption storyline. So Megan decided to be stupid and not just pull the trigger and give her the Hope so she can have Bo to herself. She gives Harris the gun and tells him to do it. Why would she tell Harris to do it? Why wouldn't she just do it herself? The reason why is Harris needs to be redeemed. He could not pull the trigger, and he eventually passes out. So I guess from lack of blood loss or whatever, he passed out. And so Megan just gets away with the second prism. And because we know it's got to come together anyway for Bo to come back to life. So the idea that she wasn't going to get the prisms was never a thing. It's just how would she get all the prisms with all the things that was going on? So she kind of, when he fell out, he dropped the gun. She grabs a gun and just starts shooting blindly at everybody as she grabs a prism and heads on out. Well, I think he handed her the prism, and then she ordered for him to kill Hope, and then that's how all that went down. And so Megan got away with the prism, and Hope and Sierra, as in you can see the thumbnail behind me, we're left to tend to Harris, who was unconscious. In heaven, Bo is just like going on per usual. Angela doesn't want him to see what's going on Earth because, she's like, if baby Bo stubs his or Hope stub their toe, he's gonna go asking, can he go down and help? So it's basically like you got an eternity. You're gonna have to just wait a little bit longer. Be glad for the little bit of time you have with Hope because you ain't going back down there. Now at the gala, Steve and John hold Li Shin's sister hostage. Demands the prism. Lee actually doesn't give up the prism right away. Gabby's got to be like, give it to him. Wendy manages to get herself free. Alicia's sister manages to get herself free, and she gets the gun from Steve while John has a prism and gets away. Uh, Trip and Joey grab Steve and they hold him down while Wendy's like holding what on him. Some things you still can't say on YouTube. So she just sitting there, and they're like all trying to talk him down. He's like, my only person I answer to is Megan Hathaway. And so, Kayla shows up. He's been brainwashed. We're gonna help you. So everybody is just trying to deal with that. Marlena tries to get John to sort of like come to using their love to try to talk him into like breaking his brainwashing. But John gets away off camera. John gets away and fast forwarding. John gets away. Andrew and Paul go after John. And once again, I understand, Ron. I get it. You had 5 episodes to do a storyline that was meant to be done over a period of months on a regular show. I don't know how much this is true, but I've seen a lot of people on Twitter say Christian Alfonso quit the show only to come back to do the same story that she was going to get the first time. So I'm guessing this was actually supposed to have been a longer story where he wouldn't have to actually have to compress it in 5 episodes. So in order just to keep things moving, I get it. I wish there was some other way it could have happened. But Marlena comes out with a syringe. It's like, I'm going to fix Steve. I'm like, she came to a gala event. Why is she carrying syringes in her purse? When does she have time to even go to a hospital in another country because they're in Hong Kong? Say, hey, we need this serum for this syringe to help, Steve and John, and it just happens. Or I say whatever. It's too. It wouldn't happen that fast. It's just too compressed. But I get it. You've got 45 minutes to tell a story. Conclude a story that probably would have been a whole sweeps month. So yeah, she comes out with the syringe, and next time we see Steve, he's no longer, under Megan Hathaway's control. Then Hope shows up with Harris, who's now in ICA custody with annulment papers. And this is what Steve Burton was talking about when he talked about redemption. Is not just that that he couldn't pull the trigger on Hope. It's also that he feels like he could be under Megan's control as well, saying he feels hollow inside and he doesn't understand why he's doing the things that he's doing. Hope says, yeah, I looked at your record. You're a good guy. And basically Harris begs Hope for help. Like, if it's true that I'm under Megan's control and I wasn't responsible for the things I did, could you please help me? So I guess if Christian had stayed on the main show, her and Harris probably would be the next super couple. But she agrees to help him and find out if Harris is under Megan's control. or if he was just doing what he was doing because he's a bad guy. So it was just kind of left up in the air. And Steve had mentioned in that interview that it's up to the show if they want him to come back full time because, man got to eat. You got to work. Might even be paying some alimony since he filed for divorce. So I have a video on that. Go check that out. Uh, not the divorce. I haven't done a divorce video yet. Just the reason why he filed for divorce is because his wife is pregnant with another man's baby. According to him, his wife is pregnant with a baby and it ain't his, and that's why he's filing for divorce. Um, so we have another one of those moments where I guess Ron as a writer is just having fun and you just kind of go with it because John is Paul and Andrew find John and they're at a standoff. John is with Megan, giving her the third and last prism. You know that in order to bring Bo back, she's going to get all three. It's just a done deal. And so she pulls a James Bond move, old spy type thing, where she has a remote that releases a gas that starts knocking everyone else out. And I guess she has um, like a gas mask in her purse too, expecting this to happen. And so, just like a James Bond villain, she puts on her gas mask while everybody else is choking and falling out and just walks out with the three prisms. Not going to be mad at it, but mm, I get it. I get it. But got to look at it for them just having fun. We got now that Steve is out of Megan's control. Uh, Joey and Trip, they shot their shots with Wendy, and she turned them both down. She's like, I don't want to come between brothers, which is actually honorable of her. Being a soap opera, usually that's what soap opera folks do. Oh, like we got Chanel over there in a love triangle with twins. That's kind of how this usually goes on a soap opera. So the fact that Wendy was like, I'm good, uh, is admirable of her. But I don't know if she's coming to the main show. So I would love for Trip to come back because he's one of my characters I like on Days of Our Lives. And this new Joey hasn't grown on me yet, but he's way better than the other Joey we just had. So, beggars can't be choosers. so, but hopefully Joey, Trip, and Wendy come to the show to continue that story because in the end, Lee, Shannon, and Gabby lets Wendy know that she's being given a reward for her heroism during the event and that she's getting a promotion. And she wanted to be part of the mirror. So hopefully that means Wendy's coming to the show because let's face it, there's a lot of actors leaving Days of Our Lives and they got to be replaced. So, we know that Steve's daughter Stephanie is coming to the main show. We know the new detective Jada is going to be replacing Lonnie on the show. So, we've got openings on the show. Ron announced that I don't know who it is, that very soon another character is getting killed off, but it's not a murder mystery. It's actually, I guess, natural causes or, there's a big jailbreak coming on July 22nd, I think. So, all of them may not make it. So we'll see. But, major character is supposed to be kicking a bucket soon on Days of Our Lives. And lots of people throwing theories out there. There's still also a lot of people that want to leave the show. So John and is saved by Marlena also. And so they kiss and it's a very loving moment. Stephanie is with her parents where they say, hey, why don't you come visit us sometime? spend some family time with us in Salem. She's like, okay, I'll do it soon. Then she gets a text and say, well, I'm gonna do this sooner than you think. Because we know, like I said, she's coming to the main show. Andrew and Paul say their goodbye. And Andrew suggested Paul should become an ISA agent. So we'll see if that pans out. And Paul's like, I'll think about it. And then there's sort of like a lingering, like, what should we do next? And then a kiss. So Andrew and Paul kiss. Um, Once again, I would love for the two of them to come to the show. They could be the new Will and Sonny. And Hope now has a new mission, not to find Bo, because she don't know he's alive yet. But the new mission for Hope to keep her off of Days of Our Lives isn't riding off happy ever after with her daughter and a grandson and Bo and everybody like I thought they were gonna do. Instead, her new mission is I gotta find Megan Hathaway. This is personal. And Sierra's like, okay, I get it. I understand now, Mom. I love you. And Hope's like, I'm gonna be around more. I'm not gonna keep missing all these events, but I gotta find Megan. And Sierra and Hope hug. Bo and Hope's love song comes on. She has flashes of Dance with Bo in Heaven. And I don't think she remembers, but it makes her feel good to hear that song. And she starts crying. And so her and Sierra say their goodbye. And then Angela comes running in and she's like, up in heaven. Angela comes running and tells Bo she's got amazing news. He's going to get a second chance because he gave up his second chance to save Hope. And their love is so strong. He's getting a second chance. And that's when we flash back to Megan, who says, she's been waiting 40 years to be reunited with her love. The doctor's like, because she's like, why isn't he awake yet? And the doctor's like, it's just gonna take a little time. She's like, I've been waiting 40 years. I can wait a little longer. They both leave the room. Once again, I get it. It's contrived, but magically, they walk out the room. The cryogenic chamber opens by itself, releasing the smoke, or frost or whatever's in the air, revealing Bo bandaged up with the bandaged up head. And he opens his eyes and it goes off. So that is how Days of Our Lives Beyond Salem ends. It ends with a new beginning. Bo's alive. He's probably going to be under Megan's control now. You got Hope looking for Megan, which will eventually reunite her with Bo. Hope has her new reason for not coming back to Salem. Sierra knows and understands it. We'll probably relay the information to Sean. Everybody's living happily ever after. John is back to normal. Had a nice little moment with his son, Paul, who he was ordered to kill Paul. He couldn't do it. And Paul is able to get through to his father. I think I said Marlena, but I'm sure Marlena finished the process, but of the deep brainwashing him or deprogramming him. But yeah, that's kind of how it ended. And I felt like I really wanted a more definitive conclusion because I don't know, like if Peter Recco was actually really ready to come back to Days of Our Lives, if Christian Alfonso is really ready to come back to Days of Our Lives, I'm ready to see them come back to Days of Our Lives. Maybe they're just going to be in Beyond Salem Chapter 3, which is my suspicion. But now we just got to wait for a whole third chapter. Now, Bo and Hope are such a powerful fan favorite couple that I think that is actually a good move if they both agreed to come back to Beyond Salem or maybe even main show. I don't know. That to end it this way because now it leaves viewers hungry for more and even more excited about the eventual reunion of Bo and Hope. So that's it for Beyond Salem, chapter 2, episode 5. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think that they should have wrapped it up like I thought they were going to do? Or are you happy that there's another chapter coming? Or, well, there's Christian said, I came to Beyond Salem. I didn't come back to the main show. So I'm guessing, and this is a guess, that's why I felt they were just going to wrap everything up for the fans. And she said she came back for the fans to give them a conclusion. That's why I thought everything was going to be wrapped up in a tight little bow, bun. And here we are. So, and I'm a fan of Hope. I wasn't around when Bo and Hope were a thing. So, but I see they definitely have a great connection, and I would love to see what happens next. So that's it. It was a good 5 days, and I guess next year we'll get another 5. Thanks for watching.